Hi everyone, it's Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. I thought I would do a weekend reading vlog, which is perfect because A, I have a lot of books that are halfway through or less, so I can hopefully finish those up. And B, it is the first mid-month book bash that Doris is hosting. So if I have this right, the weekend either of the 10th of every month or the weekend following the 10th of every month, we do a big reading weekend on Saturday and Sunday. But because Doris is a cheater and I am a cheater too, I always do this kind of stuff, you can really start the Friday before and get a jump start on the weekend, and then Monday after you can also wrap stuff up too. So this will hopefully be a very book-filled, very reading weekend for me. I am at work right now, if you can't tell. My house is not like this, which you will see, it's like 60% books. Excuse me. So I want to get this done before I know my client will get here. Not that, oh my God, about 10 minutes. Not that it would be the worst thing if she saw me talking to a camera, because it wouldn't be, but anyways. So I'm at work now. I've got a client this morning. It's 9:45. Then after that, I need to stop at my mom's house and then go home and drop off laundry and stuff, pick up library books and go to the library, go to AT&T to pay my bills, drop off Christmas present at my friend's house, just like do it, drop and run. And yeah. So that will be my running around for the day. So while I'm waiting for my client to get here, I'm going to be reading my purse book. And usually I just pick anything that's mass market size because it just fits in there easier. Though I can totally do a hardcover, a trade paperback, and I have before, but I'm trying to be nicer to my shoulders and spine and just pick mass markets. So I've got Moonlight Road by Robin Carr. This is in the Virgin River series. I have it as number 11, but I've seen it marked as number 10 before, so I don't know. I am on page 10, so clearly I am really far, but I will get working on this thing while I'm waiting for my client to get here. Hey everybody, it's too loud, I'm sure. Okay, so it's 12:39 exactly on Saturday. My client was really lovely. I had a really nice massage. We chatted for about half the time, which I know she doesn't want to talk, but also I've known her for almost 15 years. So I think she was one of my first clients. So, I mean, we have lots to catch up on every time I see her. So anyways, it was a very nice chat, nice massage. And I got about 6 pages read in Moonlight Road before she showed up. I caught up on my charting and everything. I figured I should give priority to that versus reading a book, but not so for the rest of the day. So I've stopped at my mom's house and dropped off stuff, picked up stuff. Just came home to wrap my last Christmas present. Well, not really, that's a lie. I got 2 more in the mail yesterday. But one of my last ones. So I'm gonna go drop this off and pay my AT&T bills. Like I said before, I think I'm gonna treat myself to a Starbucks because why not? And there's a Starbucks right next to my AT&T place where I pay my bills, so it might happen. I will be listening to, not Whitesnake, though I could. I will be listening to my audiobook. I'm working on the 5th Winston Brothers series. I don't remember the title. I never do. But I've got just over 2 hours left in that thing, and I am so tired of listening to it. It's not a bad book. I'm going to say it's okay, but it's really necessary if you're reading the series to read them in order. And this one especially, even though I think it's the most boring couple, because it's a jump in time of, I think, 5 years. And they just like happen to mention stuff that happens, but it's really, really big stuff. Like stuff in the family that happens, like arrests and deaths and murders and people moving and like pregnancies and like all this crazy stuff. It's just casually mentioned. So you have to listen to and read the entire thing. You can't skim it. You can't skip it. You have to listen to the whole thing. So yeah, I've got 2 hours left and I just want it to be over with. So Hello. Yeah, I'll work on that today, and once I get home, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully I can get at least a half an hour in while I'm running in and out of the car. We'll see. Whew. Well, it's just after 8 p.m. on Saturday, and I finally finished Dr. Strangebeard. This is the 5th in the Winston Brothers series by Penny Reed, and I'm going to give this one 2 stars, which is okay. I mean, the reason it took so long is partially my fault. I didn't keep up with listening to it. I think I started this in either October or November. And like I said before, it's just kind of boring. Like, the couple are fine. Of course they're going to end up together. You know how it goes once you find out all the stuff with her, and she is there's too many S names in this series. There's Sienna, there's Simone, and there's another S person. Her name starts with an S. I don't remember. I literally finished listening to this book less than 10 minutes ago. Don't remember her name. Again, that's probably more of a me thing than a book thing. But she has been secretly working for the FBI for quite a while. So she is in town to try and bust some of the members of, oh my gosh, what's their name? The Iron Wraiths motorcycle club. So she falls in love with Roscoe, who is, I think, is he the middle Winston brother? He's in the middle somewhere. He's a vet. A veterinarian, not like a war vet. Veterinarian. And of course they're going to get together. You see how it is. Of course he gets mad when he finally figures out that she's an undercover FBI agent. Ugh, it's a big dramatic thing. Like, it's fine. So I would have rated this higher if it would have held my attention more, and if I didn't feel like such a slog. The weird thing is, looking back at everything, sorry for the shaking, looking over everything, it has all the elements of being a really interesting, thrilling installment. I mean, she's FBI. She's talking to fellow agents. They're making plans, and like there's are multiple kidnappings and like stuff in the hospital, and yeah, affairs. And with all the information too that is dropped throughout the book on what has happened the last 5 years to this big family of people that gets bigger as people get married and then have children. And then there are some of the siblings are only half siblings. Some of them know about it, some of them don't. Some of them know about some of them, but not the others. Like, it's a lot to keep track of, and then to have to be on top of it in this book too, to pay attention to everything that you, I guess, miss by her not writing the subsequent 5 years. I don't know. It should have been higher rated maybe, but honestly, I feel like I can't really give it a 3. There's some pretty hot sex in here too. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't terrible, but I don't know. Yeah, it was fine. Very glad to have it done. I think I'm gonna try working on my Great Courses class on Beethoven's symphonies. I'm listening to that for a while too. Maybe I will give that a go for a couple of hours here and there in the next few weeks. See if I can chip away at that 35-hour class. Interesting, just you have to be in the right mood to listen to one of those great courses. That's what it's called. Great Courses classes, because it's interesting and you're trying to pay attention and you're trying to learn, but it's also about music. So you, like, when he plays themes again and when he talks about chord progressions and things, you want to make sure you're listening, and then whatever. You get it. I don't have to explain how this works. So I have officially de-Christmas treed. Douglas is no more. He is out in the alley waiting for pickup. I thanked him profusely for giving his life to stay in my house. So that's done. Needles are vacuumed. Lights are not in the bins. All of my Christmas bins are upstairs still. That's a job for tomorrow or later in the week, next week. But yeah, I'm just going to be hanging out now. I should probably eat dinner. It's 8:15. It's 8:15. I should have dinner. And tonight, once I finish this movie, I decided I'm going to start watching some of the Marvel movies. I mean, the whole Marvel universe. And this is not anything bad about Marvel. I'm just not into it, and I don't know. Like, I don't get it. I want to get it. But I also don't want to go through and watch like the TV shows and then the TV series. That's the same thing, Laura. Forgive me. To watch like all the TV stuff and then the movie stuff, because I know there are big lists out there of the right order to watch them in. I mean, part of me wants to do that, but like that's such a big project, and I don't have space in my brain to be that organized about that right now. So I decided I was going to just do Avenger movies and start with Captain America, just because. Because I know 2 movies are about him specifically, so I decided to do that. So I think the first one is, oh geez, I can't reach my remote either. You guys are probably shouting at me right now who watch Marvel stuff. I think it's like First Avenger, Captain America First Avenger. I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to watch that. And yeah, I think later on I need to start working on this library book because it's way overdue at this point. This is What We Find by Robin Carr. Yeah, I heard this series, which I think is only 6 books long, is going to be a Netflix show, another Netflix show, like in the next year or something. And I thought, okay, I'll try the first book and see what it's like. And I'm happy that it's only 6 books versus Virgin River's 19 or 20 that I'm hooked into too. That's what Moonlight Road is part of, my first book. So it's quite a bit of Robin Carr, but she's a fast, easy read, so that's fine. This book was due the 29th of December. I can't renew it. Today is the 9th of January. Yeah, I only have 300 pages to go. It'll be fine. Yikes. So I'll read this tonight after I finish watching the movie. And I don't know what I'm going to do on Sunday. You probably won't see me on Sunday because that is my pajama, don't really talk to anyone day. If I do, I'll be in pajamas with no makeup, and you're forewarned. The next clip could be really frightening. More frightening, I should say. Yeah, I'm hoping to do some laundry and some Christmas putting away of things, but really I just kind of want to chill out and read and nap and do my usual Sunday things. So we shall see, but I am really glad to have the Winston Brothers book done. And I will start the 6th one maybe in February. I think I need a little Winston Brothers break right now, but yeah, glad to have it done. So hope you guys are having a good Saturday night. Good morning, everyone. It is just after 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday, the, whatever this is, 11th? 11th. Oh, I should be leaving for work right now. I'm almost ready. I just have to dry my hair and brush my teeth. Well, I'll finish my coffee first, if I'm honest, but you know. Yeah, okay, so yesterday I had, not last night, but the night before, Saturday night, I had really bad insomnia. Again, I think it's a cortisol issue, really, so I took some of my cortisol manager. It's a supplement I take that helps. It takes about a week to kick in, really, but I took some of that. I was still up for 3 hours early Sunday morning. And the only good thing about that is that I read most of the, I want to say 8th in the series of unfortunate events series, The Hostel Hospital. This was really creepy and darker than the other ones, and I really liked it. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I'm surprised by how creepy and how like last second it got, and at the end how the kids get away is not how I thought they were ever going to get away. So yeah, that was very surprising, but I really enjoyed it. it did pass the time quite easily. And then, yeah, yesterday I read a whole bunch of magazines. Usually I'm really good at spreading them out throughout the month. My old routine, I mean, I've always had Sundays to myself, like for years and years. But my old routine was to get up in the morning, make coffee, and then read a couple of magazines. Read that week's Entertainment Weekly when it was actually a weekly publication. I miss those days. And then read one or two of my monthly magazines. And I got about 12 monthly magazines. And I really like magazines a lot. So that was my old routine, and I just sort of fell away from it the last few months. Like a lot of things, I think it's just different now. So I caught up on a couple of November and December magazines yesterday, watched very little booktube, and took 2 long naps. So not quite the reading productive day that I expected, but that's okay. I did get started in Secret History of the Pink Carnation by Lauren Willig. This is what Danny and I will be reading this year. Danny from Spinelli Speaks. Our project is to read all 12 books. Now we're both starting a little late because I couldn't find my first copy. She had to wait for a copy from the library. So this is also a library copy. Well, we finally started yesterday. And we're reading just over 100 pages every week. So we read together whatever we read, and then throughout the week we just catch up and get ready for the next week's starting point. So I'm almost there. I have on page 88, and we're going to get to page 112. So not too bad, no problem to finish this today, catch up. All I remembered about this is I've read this. I think I read this either just before or just after my father passed away, so 2013, 2014, is that it was set present day, well, roughly present day. A woman is doing her dissertation, researching, trying to figure out who the Pink Carnation is, who was a spy who worked alongside a Scarlet Pimpernel and the Purple Gentian. And then it goes back in time to the Pink Carnation and his associates. And yeah, that's all I remembered. I don't remember exactly who it was. I didn't remember how they got there. I don't remember anything else, just that I enjoyed it. So it's been fun to reread this, and I'm looking forward to see what the rest of the series has to offer, since those are all new to me. I've only read the first one in here. So yeah, I got most of this chunk read. And that's about it. Today is Monday, like I said. Okay, so once I chug my coffee and brush my teeth, dry my hair, peel out for work. I've got a client, an hour-and-a-half client this morning, and we're friends, so we usually chat a little bit before and after. Hopefully I'm home by 2. And I can do my usual loads of laundry and dishes and blah, blah. But I really need to get cracking on that Robin Carr What We Find book that was due in December. If I can finish it today, and I've got right around 300 pages, so with her writing, I can read like 50 to 60 pages in a half an hour. So really, theoretically, if I can just leave the TV off and not get sucked into BookTube, I could certainly finish this book today, but I don't know. That might not happen. I'm also going to try and see if I can go to Aldi after work. It'll depend on a couple of things. 1, that I remember. 2, that I have bags in my car. I think I always have grocery bags, but I'm not positive, so I need to check that before I leave this morning. And 3, how tired I am. So this morning I woke up like at a regular person time, 7 a.m. I did yoga for about 40 minutes, which, who am I? And then I just cooked and ate breakfast and had coffee. Like, that seems probably normal for people, but that's very abnormal for me. I'm proud of myself, a little stunned, but you know, that's not a bad thing. So I'll actually have some fuel today for working, because usually I just go to work and I don't eat. Or I'll have like 2 or 3 bites of a Laura bar or something. So I get pretty shaky, you know, 40 minutes into a massage. Yeah, not great. So yeah, I don't want to jinx today, knock on wood, but it's shaping up to be okay. So hopefully the next time I check in, I will have gone to Aldi, be done with work, and be working on that Robin Carr book. And if I can, read the next like 15, 20, whatever that is, pages in here too to catch up. So I don't have to think about that book until Sunday. So we'll see. Off to work. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. It's 20 after 6 and it seems a lot later than 20 after 6 at night, let me tell you. So my day was good. My client was wonderful. I went to the bank and then picked up lunch after work. No Aldi today. I would have gone. I do have bags in my car like I thought, but I didn't really have a list in mind. It was sort of generally like frozen vegetables and So I need to think about my list a little bit more before I go this week at some point. I will go to Aldi eventually. But after I got home, I was like really fired up and I had oomph and I felt like doing stuff and like, great, that's great. So I threw in a load of laundry for work, try to get a head start. And then I laid down just to put my feet up for a little bit, like take a little break. And I fell asleep for an hour. So I just did the one load of laundry, which is fine. It's one more load than I would never have normally done if I didn't like, you know, have a little oomph, whatever. Sorry, my French braid is coming out. But one of my lovely, lovely commenters, MC, asked if I could show how I fold my fitted sheets. So I thought I would do it with a worksheet. So I wanted something so you can see the inside and outside well pattern. It's much easier to do this with a twin sheet, I will say, than with a full or a queen. I have never tried it with a king. I'm sure it would work just fine, but I have to lay it on the bed to fold it correctly. So here we go. Let's see if this works. Okay. I'm going to try and do this so you can see what it looks like when you're holding it up and looking at it. So lay backwards for me. So find a corner, find an upper corner, like that upper right corner. Put the inside towards you. So the patterned outside is away from you. I stick my finger, find the corner here, find the corner pocket. And then along the long side, I find the other corner, turn it inside out, and insert it into your first corner here. Then I hold them both together with this hand, match it up, get what is the long end now, which is shorter, get that going, switch hands, and tuck this facing you now inside the other one. I put this on my shoulder. The one I first did, the first tucked inside out, I put it on my shoulder. So all I'm doing is mirroring the same thing, taking the inside, matching with the outside. So when you're facing it, when you hold it up and you look at it yourself, it looks like this. Then it should be a fairly straight side. Here, it should be a fairly straight side on the edge. Depends, of course, on how springy your elastic is. These get washed all the stinking time, so they're more worn out. But then I fold it in half lengthwise, so it's all one length. And then in half lengthwise, twice. So I have a rectangle, and here is my already folded flat sheet. So I just take one of the ends and put the folded edge of my fitted sheet to the outside and wrap it in. So on the shelf, it looks like this. So, not perfect, but that's how I fold my fitted sheets. Probably it would have been better if I would have, you know, done this standing up, but I hope that made a little sense, sort of. I don't use pillowcases at work. I have fitted face cradle covers that are made out of flannel. They never match, it's just pastel colors. So I just stick one of those on the face cradle and Bob's your uncle. I will say though that for my own storage, I do fold my sheets like this at home. And I always leave the pillowcases separate. I will just put them inside the flap with my fitted sheet. Just fold it on top of the fitted sheet and then flapped over. So when I pull out my sheets, when I go to make my bed again, I'm just pulling out one packet. Now I know a lot of people say to put your sheets like folded like this inside one of the pillowcases, so you just grab a pillowcase, but I can't do that because that would mean the pillowcases are uneven. One would be folded nice and pressed and neat and tight and ready to go. The other one would be loose and blown out already from having the sheets in it, and it would be too uneven, and I could not sleep with one pillowcase that had already been opened up and used and jostled around and not straight with straight lines, and then have another one being all neat. Legitimately, I could not sleep. That's the kind of crazy I am about my sheets. Everything has to line up. Like even when I was in grade school, I would get up and try and remake my bed at night. If I couldn't get the blanket and the sheet to be even and like fold over the top and have straight edges, I would get up and do that. Like, don't worry, my parents made lots of fun of me. Feel free to do the same, but yeah, I'm weird with that. That and folding towels. And I fold towels differently depending on what I'm using them for and where they're going. Sort of like Monica on Friends. I don't have 11 categories of towels, like fancy guest, everyday, like whatever. I don't have that. I just am weird with folding sheets and towels. Yeah. So as far as reading goes, I did catch up with the last 23 pages in The Secret History of the Pink Carnation. So I'm all set, ready to go for next week, Sunday, for when I read with Danny. And I just started working on that Robin Carr book, whatever. I literally just looked at it to see, like, check the pages. And I don't remember what it is. What we find. That I was too excited about that. Sorry. What we find. Squirrel. So I'm going to be working on that the rest of the night tonight. I was going to originally wait to finish that before I finished this vlog, but I realized that could be at like 10 o'clock. And at that point, I'm going to want to have already been in my pajamas and have washed my face and like hair in a ponytail. Do you know what I mean? Like ready for bed. So I'm wrapping this up preemptively. Hopefully I will get a chance to finish that book tonight. I am watching a bunch of booktube videos since I didn't watch Saturday, Sunday, or really today until I just got home. So I've got lots to catch up on. Currently I'm watching Rainey talk about her 2021 goals. So I'll probably do that and then just hopefully finish that book tonight. I'm pushing to finish it tonight because yes, it is 2 weeks overdue, but also because tomorrow I'm getting my hair cut and colored, and I can very easily get off the freeway earlier and jog to my library and kind of come that way home. You know, I don't have to go one direction just to drop off one book, you know. So I'm hoping I can do that tomorrow afterwards. So that's why I'm pushing to read it tonight. The fine, not thrilled about, but I have come to accept paying library fines this year. Previously to 2020, I very rarely had a fine at all. And for my county, it's 3 days grace period. So if something was due on the 1st, you would have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as a grace period, and you would not get charged. And then on that 4th day, you would start getting charged 10 cents a day. And it just racks up. You can have fines on your library card up to $5 once, I mean, of course, it can go over $5, but you can no longer use your library card then if it's over $5. You just have to pay to get it under $5 at that point. No one asked, no one cares. Sorry, it just came out. Side effect of working at the library. So usually I'm right around the $1, $1.50, $2 mark for fees this year. They do backtrack and backdate. When you turn things in, everything sits in quarantine for, I think, a week still. So stuff just sits there for a little while longer. So that's why I'm even more lax about turning something in. Because they know me, like, after I quit, they did, like, once I started working there, they're like, you look familiar. I'm like, yeah, I'm here all the time. That's why I look familiar. And then now that I've quit, they're like, you better come back. And I'm like, oh no, I'm always here. Remember, I'm like, you recognized me when I started? They're like, yeah, I don't remember that, but okay. And like half the staff is still there when I worked there. And every time I walk in, it's kind of like cheers. Hi, Laura. Norm. So yeah, but they do call me out on stuff. Two librarians in particular like to tease me. So if I have something that was overdue, they're like, oh my God, Laura, you owe 20 cents on this book. Did you return it today when you came in? Yes, I did. Are you sure? I'm gonna have to go back and check because I don't know. We might be lying. You owe us a lot of money now. Yeah, I know, I'm fine. So anyways, rambling. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's a good thing I am not more tired right now because then I would just never stop. So I'm gonna stop talking. It's 11 minutes, that's enough. Okay. So I finished up a couple of books and I made good progress in a couple of others. I am very happy with this mid-month book bash. I am really going to like doing this, I think, from here on out. Maybe I'll even keep doing a vlog too. That would be kind of fun. So thank you, Doris, for coming up with this. And thank you for building in the cheat days already because I need them. And I would be using them even if they weren't in the official rule books. I would probably be doing it anyways. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I hope you guys are all having a good week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.